Yo, what is up, guys? Shinobi here, back again on another video for you guys. And today we got some funny shenanigans going on. Apparently, the people on Blue Sky have made a problematic VTuber hit list, or cancel list, whatever the hell they want to call it at this point. Basically, they made a list full of VTubers specifically that they think should be canceled because, I don't know, everybody's a Nazi according to these people, but anyway, they made a hit list, and it's some funny shit, so let's go ahead and take a look at people on Blue Sky crashing out again over dumb stuff. And for anybody who doesn't know what Blue Sky is, it's basically a place where a bunch of people on Twitter crash out about, well, not Twitter. It's basically a place, it's an echo chamber full of people who are mad about most likely Trump or some other dumb stuff, basically, in a nutshell, and they just crash out over it. But, you know, I'm gonna be real. I'm not surprised. Well, no, I am surprised. I'm about to say, I'm surprised that nobody has started a YouTube channel just basically farming these people because it's just free content. I could do it, but I don't got time for that, me personally, and I go mentally insane trying to go and do it. But like, it's just free content for us. It's like a cesspool of free content for real. For real. But hey, we're here for some laughs at the end of the day. So let's see what we got going on here. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, all that stuff. Let's see what we got.
Hey, what's up, guys? Up here. So it's like the saying goes, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade, and that's how it works with Blue Sky when a bunch of weirdos try to virtue signal about people like me for attention, and guess what? You make content out of them. So we have this very bizarre thread coming from this VTuber right here on Blue Sky, which is the greatest echo chamber on the internet. And really, like, looking at Blue Sky, it's like finding a hidden reserve, a gold mine in your backyard, because the amount of content you can farm off of Blue Sky and the delusional people who coexist there, it's unbelievable. And this time we have this individual who has been saying recently that they hate drama, right? They
big surprise. People on Blue Sky are hypocrites. Of course, what else is new?
Who starts drama?
Also, you'll see these idiots calling everybody a Nazi. I'm gonna be real. So don't, like, being called a Nazi or any type of phobic or any of these buzzwords that these people like to use is basically a badge of honor at this point. Because a lot of the time, these people are between the ages of like 18 to 23, and they don't know what the hell they're talking about, and they're just crashing out over something that honestly just doesn't matter, and they really do need to just log off the internet. Like, these people you'd call chronically online, for real.
And tries to call people Nazis on the internet, listing off 4 individuals who they believe are actual genuine
like, these people need to actually
Nazis.
go and like, go back to, like, you can tell these people didn't either graduate high school or weren't paying attention in history class. Because people, are we serious? I mean, I understand how dumb these people really are, but like, bro, Nazis back in World War II were out there genociding Jews. Last I checked, that shit ain't happening right now. Well, yeah, no, last I checked, that shit ain't happening right now. So what the fuck are y'all yapping about? Brain dead. Brain dead, bro.
Me, of course, and Pippa. These poor individuals constantly getting
also,
dragged.
can we just talk about the fact that this
person
shit is not going anywhere with only 55 likes,
their
6 retweets, or 6 quotes and 8 reposts? Like, come on now. These numbers look weak as hell, bro.
On what they mean. I mean, they literally believe we are living, breathing Nazis. Not just these people, but other VTubers we'll see mentioned in just a second. So obviously this is quite delusional. Let's dive a little further. So here's one of the people who's also mentioned in the reply section. Bao. Yes, Bao is being accused of being a Nazi by Blue Sky. Why, you may ask? Well, here's the proof from this user. Bao was
we've reached a point where now if you're rated by somebody that one of these idiots on Blue Sky sees as a Nazi, you're a Nazi too, apparently. Like, that's the point like, that's the kind of stupidity that we're seeing from these people at this point. If you're even rated by one of these people who you think is a Nazi, who they think is a Nazi, or whatever bullshit buzzword term that they want to come up with, It's like, bro, like the levels to the stupidity, bro, have reached over 9,000 at this point, and this is like, holy crap.
The Nazi table. So she's calling this person, Bao, a Nazi because they got raided by Kirsche. That is insane. And these people are like, oh, Bao? Huh? And this person says, chat, it's not great. Maybe she could be
I'm
informed,
gonna
but
be
then
real.
again, maybe she'll sooner notice a drop off in
Nobody gives a
viewers
shit
than
about being called any sort of phobic, Nazi, any of these buzzwords. They don't give a fuck. Because we all know it doesn't mean shit. It's one of them words that's basically been overutilized, and 90% of the people using it don't know what the fuck it means. To the point, like, it's once again to the point where it's not even taken serious no more. Like, people wonder why nobody takes these people seriously when this is the bullshit that they be like. It's actually nuts. It's actually nuts, man.
listen to a she's a dang transphobe message. You're blaming someone and labeling them one of the worst things you could ever label someone because they got raided by a VTuber you find problematic because she's
Oh, see, here's the
outspoken
thing.
about her
With people
beliefs
like
and you just
this
don't
on
agree
Blue
with
Sky,
it.
or people who act like
Absolutely
this in
insane, but it
general,
gets worse.
if you just don't agree with them in general with anything, like it could be a small thing, they will freak out. They operating in that Anakin kind of crash out way when he turned to the dark side, where he's like, yo, if you ain't with me, you are my enemy. That's the way these idiots operate, bro. There is no middle ground. There is no agree to disagree. There's none of that. It's either you are with me or against me. These are the same morons who are crashing out over fucking Hogwarts Legacy and probably still are to this day because Hogwarts Legacy 2 is coming out. Like, this is like, holy crap.
This person lists a whole host of people who are also collaborators, Nazi collaborators, because they have at one point collabed with Pippa, including names like Fillion, Dokibird, Mari Mari, Bao, and a bunch of FaZe Connect members. Henya, the genius. Henya, Pikami, by the way, in case you don't know who that is. That's her new account. Yes, apparently Henya is one of these people being listed here. Absolutely insane. In fact, people would mention that in the replies as well. This person saying, a certain self-described genius who still hasn't spoken up about the Nazi harassment going on in her name. They ask
The fact that
who?
these people are still
Henya
crashing out
slash
about this, and
Pikami.
for anybody who's
Censored.
wondering who this person is, who they're crashing out about, is basically a VTuber who used to be part of a corporation who streamed Hogwarts Legacy for a couple of days. And these idiots basically started harassing her, basically forcing her to graduate, aka, end up quitting the corporation because she ended up not streaming for a month or so after they harassed her. And they're still crashing out to this freaking day.
This person is in their 30s and they're censoring names of random VTubers because they're that afraid of the people they're trying to slander. In case you're not familiar with the VTubing scene, Henya slash Pikami was basically bullied off of the internet 2 years ago over Hogwarts Legacy. She announced that she was considering playing Hogwarts Legacy and streaming it, and she was called a transphobe, a racist, a bigot, all these things. And at the time, she was working with a different agency. And basically, from the context we've been provided, the harassment she went through sped up her graduation from that company because basically that happened and she went offline for like a month. It was a really bad situation. If you don't know, Henya slash Pikami, one of the nicest, most wholesome people you'll ever encounter in content creation. And the fact that they did that to her is insane. And still, 2 years later, these people are still
It's like
slandering
Asmongold,
her
bro.
and
It's
making
like
her out to be some sort of boogeyman.
Like, these people live
It's
rent free in these
crazy. It's
morons' heads. Rent free. And I can't wait until the next Hogwarts Legacy game comes out because they were already crashing out about it being announced because there's a Hogwarts Legacy 2 coming out. And let me tell you right now, the amount of people who are going to buy this game And sometimes some people even buy it twice just to make people like this on Blue Sky angry is going to be so funny. Because these idiots on Blue Sky really think that if you buy Hogwarts Legacy, or if you buy Hogwarts Legacy 2, that you're taking their rights away, even though 2 years later, they're still out here yapping about shit. If their rights were truly getting taken away, they wouldn't be yapping about this right now. They acting like this shit's like North Korea and, Russia or China, where if you speak out against the government, you're basically either put in jail or killed. Or hell, let alone the Middle East. Like, these people are actually, we need to bring back the mental asylums. We need to bring them back for these people, because there's no way. There's no way, bro.
Absolutely insane the lengths these people go. And of course, the original poster of this entire thing would quote themselves and add in Pikami and Bow. Yeah, absolutely fantastic work over at Blue Sky. Here's some more mentions from this VTuber as well, saying, I haven't seen Silver go that far, but TERFs are usually Nazi bedfellows.
Yeah, well, considering these people are terminally online or chronically online, whatever term you want to use, I'm not surprised. As a matter of fact, these idiots have been like, bro, I want somebody down in the comments to tell me how many times these idiots have said Nazi in the last 4 minutes. Like, holy crap. These people are more obsessed with Nazis than the people back in World War II.
The way they're calling her a TERF because she played Hogwarts Legacy. It all comes back to Hogwarts Legacy. Silverveil streamed Hogwarts Legacy, and she was harassed, threatened, her family was doxxed, all these things because she dared to play the wizard game. And now we have these people
2 years later, by the way. 2 years later, and these idiots are still crashing out over that.
And calling her a TERF and also a Nazi bedfellow for playing Hogwarts Legacy. It's unreal. But anyways, for most names I see in the comments, people can be genuinely oblivious. Calling them Nazis are too much. However, keeping them on thin ice, calling out their open associations and not watching them over it is valid. All Nazis are bad actors, but not all bad actors are Nazis. It's easy to miss some stuff when a person has been so normalized. Like, I never liked Asmongold,
he's not even a VTuber, and somehow he still gets brought up in these situations, bro. Dude lives in these idiots' heads rent fucking free.
How Nazi
rent free, bro.
What is it, like diet Nazi? Is that like the next phrase you're going to use? Absolutely insane. Right here you're saying you shouldn't be calling people Nazis just because they are problematic or have some sort of controversial opinion. But then literally the next quote here is calling Asmongold Nazi aligned. Amazing.
It doesn't even make sense, the original poster
will clarify what they mean by all this stuff. I disagree. Some of these people are not just Nazi sympathizers, but genuine, actual Nazis. And if you're in bed with the Nazis, then yes, you're a Nazi. It's the Nazi bar analogy.
Apparently everybody's a Nazi according to this person, bro.
Nazi according to this
apparently everybody's a Nazi according to this idiot. Everybody who doesn't agree with these two morons is a Nazi. Like, somebody take these people's internet privileges away, because outside of farming them for content, they are not contributing anything. I'm gonna be real. Jesus Christ, man.
Unwell. Including, they're also mentioning people like Bow and Pikami and all these other people. It's absolutely insane, the delusions that go on over at Blue Sky. This is basically like a very concentrated dose of the most unhinged Twitter freaks that have now migrated over to this echo chamber that is Blue Sky. But anyways, let's move on. We also got another name mentioned here. Effing Leaflit, that slime VTuber, has a bunch of thumbnails gleefully reacting to horrible stuff like slavery and Project 2025. So what they're referring to is something that actually was covered by Vice and those various hit pieces on VTubers.
I've seen Leaflit stuff, but
sub to Leaflit,
if these idiots actually watched the video, which I guarantee they didn't, it wasn't even her talking about really slavery. It was talking about prison labor. So, Jesus Christ, man. Oh my god, man. There's a mental illness that is on Blue Sky. Like, I swear something happened back in 2020 when everybody got stuck inside and they had to get stick up. Like, these people got stuck on their phones, somehow got indoctrinated into all this dumbass propaganda. And now here we are in 2025, 5 years later, and these idiots are still running around acting like everybody's a phobe, everybody's a freaking Nazi, or whatever buzz term they could come up with. And holy crap, man, like, we need to seriously bring back the mental asylums, because there's no way. There's no way, bro.
Thumbnail that she made, it's not her thumbnail, it's someone else's thumbnail, and she obviously put her VTuber model over it. And this is not about slavery, this is about the prison system. So they're wrong on so many levels, and they're trying to cancel her over someone else's thumbnail that she attached in a reaction. Like, absolutely insane stuff. But here's another mention.
Bro, I'm gonna be real. At this point, they're just coming up with names for anybody who doesn't agree with them.
Snuffy, the
if you say one thing, if you say one thing that they don't agree with, you're a Nazi to these idiots. Also, that's the kind of crap. That's the point we've come to at this point. Like, Jesus Christ, I wouldn't be surprised if one day I wouldn't be surprised if I end up on the cancellation list because I don't agree with these idiots, bro.
A Nazi, according to this individual. And they say, this person says, what did they do? Support for Nazis. Nazi bar theory, really. What'd they do? Apparently, they got raided by Kirsha like Bao. And like Bao, they didn't say anything from what I've looked up after someone mentioned them. That's it. You get raided once by a problematic, contentious VTuber like Kirsha. And now you're
like,
a Nazi.
Everybody's a Nazi.
I mean, this
is idiots,
like,
bro.
Is this what
really
it looks like to be one?
Simple for them. If you get raided by somebody they don't like, you're a Nazi, bro. This is fucking. If you don't agree with anything or even slightly disagree with anything they say, you're a Nazi. Like, that's how stupid. Like, that's how chronically stupid these people are. It's actually nuts. Like, how did we get to this point, bro? This is the question of the day at this point. Like, how did we get here?
This is a certain German man's top guy right here. Are you serious? It's unreal, man. Here's one of the users just basically going mask off. Okay, at this point, just making it very clear that there's no good faith here. This is how they truly believe. This person says, to be really honest, it might be better to assume that any big VTuber is a Nazi or doesn't care until proven otherwise. It might not be correct, but it's safer to make that guess than to take a chance and be disappointed. Yeah, we should definitely
I'm gonna be real. Any content creator who is worth their salt doesn't want any of these idiots on Blue Sky in their audience. Because people like this just run around looking to be offended and genuinely hate their lives, and more times than not are miserable as fuck. We don't want y'all in the audience in the first place. The only thing we are looking at y'all for is to farm content out of y'all, because y'all look stupid as hell. We could care less whether y'all are in the audience or not. Because one way or another, we're farming some content out of you. Because this is a whole new level of insanity, bro. Hey, this is insanity on a whole new level, for real.
So people think they can treat them however they want because that's how social media works. This is insane. This is the insanity that's going on over at Blue Sky. But let's continue, because I have a theory why this person's so mad. The original post
in general, and I called it
all these VTubers.
Ages 19 to fucking 24.
Like, I look at
these
recent
kids, bro, that got stuck on the internet during the COVID session. That whole COVID session that happened somehow got influenced by all this nonsense going on, and now they run around calling everybody a phobe or a Nazi that doesn't agree with them. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is a Hassan viewer either. Because, Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ. How did we get here? 23 and I feel 46. I'm too young to be feeling worn out. You only feel worn out because you spend 90% of your time online calling everybody a Nazi who doesn't agree with you. I'm pretty sure that's pretty tiring considering that I'd say a good 99% of the population on Earth probably doesn't agree with your dumbass, considering that you only got 8 likes out of that garbage. Like, Jesus Christ. Get off the damn computer. Get off the keyboard.
I'm 23
Please.
and I feel 46. I'm too effing young to feel this worn out by the world and by people. I say this completely
log the fuck off, my dude.
The
like,
best
please.
intentions. I really mean this. Log off. Seriously, log
Touch
off.
some grass.
I think all of this person's problems, the majority of them, and the stress that they're going through would evaporate the second they logged off of social media. Because clearly it is absolutely consume them. It is gridlocked.
Bro, I don't know who convinced these idiots that they were back in the 1940s fighting World War II, but like, Jesus Christ. Get a grip on reality. You're not fighting for some noble cause. You're not fighting against the Nazis. You're not fighting against Germany. You're fighting against the invisible freaking ghost on the damn internet who just so happen not to agree with your dumbass views. Like, get a grip, bro. Some of these people need to legit wake up to reality. They need that Madara speech for real. Because holy crap.
Someone storming the beaches of Normandy back in World War II. When in reality, they're just crying on Blue Sky about VTubers. Like, that's what's going on here.
Bro, I'm going to be
and then
real.
You have another post saying,
that's not too far of a stretch.
Such a failure. I don't think that's...
I'm not going to lie. That's not too much of a stretch. And that ain't even me being rude. Like, bro, I'm going to be real. You will not be catching me out here running around on freaking Blue Sky, Twitter, anybody else wasting time on there. Fucking calling people Nazis, phobes, and all that other bullshit. Like, I'm pretty sure they might have said this in a joking way, but I'm going to be real. They weren't too far off on this. I'm going to be real. Because there's no way. There's no way your parents are going to be looking. If they were to see this shit, would not be looking at it. You're like, damn. Just like, damn, bro.
It's nice to say about yourself. I'm not going to say that about you, but I think, again,
like, straight up, yeah, he's literally, I'm going to say straight up, he was literally right. Like, you would probably be a lot more happy if you were out there making more content instead of spending 24 hours on Blue Sky yapping about shit that nobody gives a fuck about. Like, big dead ass. Not even, like... If you spent more time actually building your platform more than you spent calling people Nazis, you probably have a bigger platform at this point. Being dead ass.
On your own community than slandering and crying about a bunch of VTubers who have absolutely nothing to do with you, and you feel so open, wasting your time
like
and your
in the
energy
24 hours that you
people.
spent on Blue Sky making all
ridiculous.
this bullshit ass
now here's another one
posts and whatnot talking about Nazis. You could have made some videos out of that. You could have made some TikToks out of that. You could have got yourself your job or something. But instead, you decided to spend your whole entire time on Twitter and probably Blue Sky yapping about Nazis like you in World War II. Jesus.
saying if you want to donate to their coffee, I'm gonna do you one better. They actually just emailed me. This VTuber just emailed me, and they said instead of giving money to their Ko-Fi, you should do a super thanks chat dono on this video right here. That's actually how we're gonna support this cause. Just a little different technical approach here. If you guys want to do that, I only mentioned that too, by the way, because the last two videos, I mentioned super chat thanks, right? Who knew there were so many oil barons in the Rev community? What is going on with you guys? Like, I'll take 1 second to say, like, what is going on with the amount of super chat thanks? Like, it's actually insane. I try to heart every comment, anyone who did that. I hope
I forgot that you
everyone
can
got
technically
covered
super
because I
chat
appreciate
through
it very
your
much.
comment section.
But
That's
yes,
like a new
if you want to
feature
support
now.
the cause,
I forgot all about that.
here, make it head my way, and it makes the worst people seethe. By the way, a lot of people have been seething about that stuff. But anyways, keep up the good work, guys. But here's another free promo, a little different this time, a little more wholesome, okay? Where they say, please repost any and every Summer Slam stream you see. Good points. You should repost
What is
my
Summer
wife.
Slam?
My wife is doing a VTuber Summer Slam
I'm confused.
event.
What is actually
starting
Summer
today
Slam? What
and
is the
tomorrow
Summer
at
Slam
7
event?
p.m. EST.
Charity helps video games. Oh, okay. Okay, that's kind of nice. Okay.
There's going to be a lot of different events involved with this VTuber SummerSlam, but most importantly as well, she's working with Gamers Outreach, which brings video games to kids in hospitals, which I think is a very good cause. So I'd like to see you guys there to hang out and support a
Alright,
good
we got
cause.
some. We finally got some wholesomeness here. You know, it's
in
about
the
time.
pinned comment of this
Got some
video.
wholesomeness here, helping out kids in hospitals and whatnot.
Her various socials, as well as the pinned comment that has all the information for the VTuber SummerSlam. Again, good cause. Hope to see you guys there and to help out with the entire events. Let's go back to the actual content here, okay? So the reason I found out about this whole thing is because of Hero Hey. Hero Hey made a video about this. He was also mentioned in the replies as another Nazi in the VTubing scene. But they responded to his video by saying, look, Mom, I'm famous, trying to smugly react to all of this, where right after that they say, who is this Hero Hey?
That's funny as hell that she's even saying that.
You know, it's kind of funny
because
for someone
you're the one
who's
who made
labeling
the
people
hit list in the
Nazis.
first place. You're the one who ran around on Blue Sky with your 55 likes talking about how everybody who doesn't agree with you is basically a freaking Nazi. What are you yapping about? Jesus.
To see them using dehumanizing language like this, calling people literal insects, like, I don't know. Sounds like you're actually the more aggressive person than anyone else you're talking about at this point. Like, I don't call people this. Do you? Why do you? And you act like you don't know who he is. You're just gleefully talking about him, covering you. And then we see this right here. See, this is the Streisand effect. Because,
I'm about to say,
man,
nobody boosted that shit.
That
you know why? Because that shit is not, that like nobody's on Blue Sky likes. Except for y'all. He's like, that didn't get any boost. The only thing that people did is see that shit and clown on y'all. Y'all didn't get any clout off of it. If anything, now more people are aware about how stupid you look. You didn't get anything out of it. You just look dumb. Jesus.
Relax.
Clowning on your ass.
Also, again, why are you so happy to see someone you called a Nazi or you consider a Nazi?
All that basically means is that more people see how stupid you look. Why the hell would you be happy about that? You got 55 likes on your original post talking about the shit in the first place. That ain't shit. Especially on Blue Sky. / what is supposed to be the equivalent of Twitter. Like, you got no motion. What are you celebrating for? You're getting clowned on by everybody here. Holy crap.
Collaborating with Nazis? Yeah, right? Let's do the Nazi bar analogy once again. But here's another post saying, hi, slandering me isn't going to get you anywhere, by the way. I have plenty of pride. I stand up to Nazis on the daily. I work to improve this community and always seek to make peace with people, unlike you, who has jumped to the extreme of me acting in bad faith because,
6 likes, by the way.
I don't know, I felt like it.
Bro, nobody cares. You're not Goku, you're not Naruto. You're not the fucking president. You ain't doing shit. Oh my god, bro. This person, like, the way that this idiot is talking, you would think that she's like Luffy fighting for freedom, bro. Like, god damn. The mental illness is actually insane out here.
Also, like, you stand up to Nazi. No, you're not. You're just seething on Blue Sky about VTubers who are not what you're saying they are. And it's so obvious. It's a waste of time. You're not freaking Nelson Mandela, man. Like, relax, okay? You're not some brave activist. You're wasting time. And you're watering down terms to things that they are not meant to be, okay? You've completely ruined various phrases by watering it down to everyone you don't like. That's all it is at the end of the day. And this behavior is completely and utterly embarrassing, and it gets worse.
Shit, you need to be offline
I'll be
permanently.
fairly
bro.
offline now and late Monday next week.
Jesus Christ, man. Like, you need to get your brain examined or therapy or something, because, like, holy crap. This last 16 minutes has been nothing short of fucking stupidity and hilarious.
I just wanted to say the last couple of weeks have been rough, and I've been rather negative. I don't want to go silent for half a week without saying anything. I still believe in you all. I believe in our ability to make people smile. Let's, as a space/community/group of miscreants, etc., work together, not apart. I want to see VTubing rise to new heights and help the most deserving in our communities. Streaming saved my life, and I want us to all work together to make that much of a difference and more. And streaming is limitless. VTubing is limitless. We can be limitless, but we have to stand up for marginalized, disabled, and BIPOC causes and support, and we need to stand steadfast as a singular bulwark against fascism and Nazism. We can't let bigotry win.
Yeah, what a like, bro.
Again, what a hero.
Jesus Christ. This is the bravest person on the planet, man.
Applaud this individual.
What the hell?
This is the bravest person I've ever
I don't know
seen
who the
in my
fuck
life.
they fighting, bro. They fighting something, but I don't know who they fighting, bro.
On Blue Sky is helping the VTubing scene become limitless in a place to help out so many
as I would assume
people.
As a black person myself,
just wanted to share
I'll let you guys know right now that this isn't helping shit. I'm just saying it right now. I'm not even gonna waste no time. This is not helping nothing. Like, you would do more, you do more help donating to a charity than you would be doing this. Like, oh my god.
In the Blue Sky, I hope you guys enjoyed, as always.
So, I mean, Jesus Christ, I'm tired just listening to this. Like, what the hell, man? What is going on? What is actually going on? I mean, I'm not surprised. A VTuber hit list is crazy work, I'm not gonna lie, but this is Blue Sky, so no big surprise there. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed reacting to that. I don't know what to exactly make of all that, but hey, I guess we're here, man. We're out here on Blue Sky making a hit list, apparently, so yeah, I'm just gonna end it on that. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.